sure with books, yeah, it's definitely, if you're like super busy, I can definitely see how that would be something, that would be one of the first things to go. And instead prioritizing, yeah, articles where you just get 80/20 most things.
Right. Which is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
You think able to retain the knowledge from the articles better than if you were to read a book?
Hard to say since I don't read. I had spent probably 4 years since I read books like I used to and like Charlie does. But I did in high school. I read very much like Charlie does. But I would say that I would place a heavy emphasis on ROI. So part of the time I put into them, I think I definitely get more out. Whether I get like more out of a book or an article in general is hard to say.
Yeah, because like when reading like a power book, for example, like the continual like reinforcement of like similar themes that I see throughout the entire book is not like ingrained in my brain. Versus if I read like a summary, like, oh, this guy pulled off this one move, and like I'd like forget it or something.
Right. I think I actually I think that articles provide an equal but opposite type of deal with reinforcement. So while a book might reinforce one idea over and over and over again, I might, like, let's say the President's State of the Union, I might read 5 or 6 different articles at least on that with various different opinions to help me get a broader idea of what exactly is going on here and see different points of view, and then that helps me better formulate my own, which I value higher.
So there's like different perspectives basically help.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, something like the power broker is definitely not that high ROI in terms of pure how you can apply it to your life immediately, but for enjoyment, it's if you have the time, definitely a good thing. Jim?
Should I delete Netflix?
Probably.
No, Jim, no.
How do you delete it? It's a website.
Should I delete Netflix now?
How do you delete a website?
If you delete Netflix, you should join RPI.
Yeah, I'll advise that. I will personally advise.
You delete a website.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, touching on the more general topic of general media consumption, I used to watch a ton of TV, like probably 10 shows a week in high school, which is pretty ridiculous, even more backlogged. So, and then I later on just kind of had the epiphany of, I literally don't even care about half these things, way more than half. And so now I just kind of only watch the shows that I think are actually bringing enjoyment and things that I care about. So
Like James. Like not James.
Shameless.
Not James.
Shameless is really good.
Shameless is
It's not really like a.
It's really funny, and I think the characters are really well. And I also grew up in Chicago, so
It's like mind numbing television.
It is not.
no,
It's
there's
definitely engaging.
way worse.
It is mind
It's like coming of age.
Yeah, I mean, it's just mind numbing television.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you can only read so many coming of age books or watch so many coming of age shows before you're just like, alright, I've come of age, I'm done with this. So like, at the same time, it's, look at all these people. They're doing the things that I had to do, or they're doing the things I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, I think the only shows I'm watching right now are Shameless, Silicon Valley, and Veep.
Yeah.
On Silicon Valley, really?
What?
On Silicon Valley, really?
Yeah.
Something that's garbage?
No.
It's just not even like it's garbage.
Did you ever suggest, by the way, if you watch Silicon Valley, you should totally read, there's a mock first transcript for the first episode that was written by the founder and current CEO of Mozilla. It is, so it came out before the actual first episode of the 3rd season came out, and it is phenomenal. I mean, I think that the transcript is actually better than any of the actual episodes. It's you know how like the actual episodes don't have like any, like they have characters that represent real people, but they're not actually, the like it's Gavin Dawson is not the CEO of Google or whatever.
Yeah.
Larry Page. Blake Ross. That's it. He actually includes all the real people in there. It's so good.
Oh, that alone is pretty important. Like, that's an important distinction.
It's really, it was, in San Francisco, this link was passed around a lot right before the first episode came out.
That's awesome. I'm good. Yeah.
It's probably about a 10-minute read, maybe. It's really good. Also interesting, you use both Evernote and Pocket. How do you differentiate where to where?
Yeah, so Pocket is where it's like the dump for everything, I guess. So like if just something comes my way, I'll just save it extra Pocket, pull out Pocket, like if I have some spare time that I want to actually just knock out some few articles. Like I'll save stuff completely there. And then Evernote is where I keep the notes that I take and also things that are going to be important. So if I really like an article, I have like an extension from Pocket where I favorite it. It goes into Evernote. And so and it like gives me a reminder later so that I can remember to check back and like take notes on it.
Very cool.
I do the same thing. Like it's actually I don't because reading articles I haven't found a good way to like read an article in Evernote. Like Pocket just focuses so
Yeah.
much better on that. Like,
Yeah, I think my flow would be very similar if I didn't read 75% of the things that go into my Pocket. Like, I have hit Pocket 0 several times. Right now, I'm like nowhere close, but I have made it a point to get to 0 like several times.
Yeah, I think I have a backlog of like 200 things too.
Yeah,
So-
I think I'm probably pushing 100 right now, but my plan is over Christmas to just knock out everything.
do you archive them or do you?
I tag them. I don't actually archive them. I just tag them. And I know I read them. I do a really good job of reading them in succession. So once I get to stuff that I've read before, it's really easy to be like, all right, I'm done.
Because I have Pocket. Literally, I just have Pocket. And it's just every single article is just like in my queue and it's like terrifying.
But see, that's actually good because that makes search useful. Because I don't know, I started archiving them at one point, and it became extremely frustrating because their search tool does not seem to do a good job, or any job that I can see, of searching the archive stuff, which is like super useless because often like I want to look something up so I can share it with a friend, or like look up a detail or read something again. And I'm sure it's not my point to scroll through all of this stuff. I'm definitely just going to search for it. That's why tags are really useful too.
Yeah, and that's why, since it goes automatically in Evernote, it's like super useful since I store pretty much everything important in Evernote.
Yeah.
Should use tags.
Any other questions?
Yeah, where is everything?
So,
Like 2 people out.
Kiana, Aaron, or Ron. Kiana and Ron are very busy with schoolwork.
You're from Julia?
What?
Julia's back right now.
Yeah.
Both leaving back.
And then Haley, Haley's also having like a hell week of work.
Anybody who's not computer science is basically screwed.
Yeah, except Ray who has a job.
Ray, you're going to Microsoft?
Yep.
Woo!
Microsoft.
Everyone's going Microsoft.
Okay.
Literally have fireside chat at Microsoft now,
Yo. Yo.
every Friday.
Actually though.
Nah.
No.
If I'm there, I'll
Wait, Jim, are you going to be at Microsoft?
I haven't been interviewed.
I have a question. What do you do? Do you keep a library of books? Do you resell them? Do you give them away?
I definitely don't resell them or give them. Or well,
I give a lot of mine away.
it depends. Yeah, there's like a few books where I'm not going to like not have them with me, or that I'm not going to sell you away. But yeah, there's a lot where if it's something that I just kind of skim and don't really care about and don't think I'm going to come back with later, yeah, just
Because I've taken the advice of like buying a book so like I'll read it, but now it's just like this summer I went to like Barnes and Noble and I found like a bunch of good books I wanted to read, and I bought like 4 or 5. And I read 2 of them. I just have the other 2 just sitting on my shelf, and they're just blending in with all my other like read books, and I don't have like any differentiation in them. Like,
Well, most books must be for reference, not supposed to be for like active reading. Like pretty much any professor who has a bookshelf in their office is for reference.
that's true.
So like, I keep books around for reference, not for active reading, unfortunately. I'd love to have them all in my head all the time, but of course it's impossible.
yeah. I think I have like 3 bookshelves filled in my room back home, just like books that I probably need to get rid of.
I start giving away because like I'm not reading again, and someone else will enjoy it much more than I will. So
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to move more towards Kindle now. Since it's just
get a Mac now, you can use iBooks.
iBooks is pretty cool. iBooks, yeah.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Why would you?
yeah,
What'd you get?
the MacBook like
The Inventors Guild now represents 3 out of the 4 flavors that the MacBook comes in. We're missing silver. So
Silver.
anybody would like to get silver?
No, you're gonna buy a MacBook.
Shh. Ray, Aaron, looks like you might be qualified for silver.
Don't get silver.
What was that?
I can see Ray with silver.
Way's working at Microsoft.
So he needs a MacBook, clearly.
Yeah, he's gotta keep away the bad spirits.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise he'll go full Microsoft.
Right.
Listen to that.
You never go full Microsoft.
Never go full Microsoft.
Don't they ask you what kind of machine you want when you start working? at it?
Yeah, you can say MacBook.
Yeah.
They will buy it from you.
I'm backwards there, yeah.
Like,
I'd much rather, like, the companies I work like, you get laughed at if you, like, I don't know, like, when I was working at Onshape, they're like, you can have Windows, you can have a Mac or Linux. Like, it wasn't, like, Windows isn't even an option.
right, because
Yeah.
it sucks.
Right. I'll do it.
And why, like, there's
That's- come on.
no point developing on Windows.
Only now they have a Bluetooth, so it's basically living.
Yeah, although unfortunately you can't install Linux on this. It's very sad.
You can't even plug in a keyboard.
Yeah,
Companies
no, I'm
progress.
not gonna do
Full
that.
story, bro.
You can, it's
You
almost.
could be like the dude who comes to OEM, or, yeah,
Fuck,
over in the back, clicks away, he has a full mechanical keyboard. He
So
puts it
you
on.
can bring some mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
Plug it into his laptop.
Yeah.
And it clicks all class, it's blue.
Yeah, literally plugged into his laptop.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
So
there's a guy like that in my distributed class. Is it like a African American guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. He's also an RPI, so.
He's a mean loving.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a full setup. He just like sets up these potentially.
I was in my presentation last week, and I hear him, the guy smashing his keyboard, like, literally like,
Yeah, and I just turned around, I was like, are you kidding?
I'm like, I guess my presentation's really boring, I get it. Come on, like, give me this an hour.
Nah, dude, that dude lives in Vim. It doesn't matter what's going on.
I mean, he was being pretty loud too, it's just like, obnoxiously slashing the keyboard.
Anyway.
So,
If you guys aren't in the reading channel, you should definitely join the reading channel.
I'm in it, I pretend to be in the reading channel.
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I'm gonna try to start setting aside reading time and like actually read during my day, not right before bed, because right before bed is great for falling asleep really fast. But
What are you reading?
Game of Thrones.